Hello, everybody. Uh, I hope everybody's doing great. I had seen this case about this young 13-year-old girl. She's a teenager, and she was brutally beaten in McDonald's. So, what we're going to do, Kassidy Jones, uh, this sort of broke my heart to see that this had happened in our society. I thought that it was wrong. But I want to get your input. Let's start out with a video like we normally do, and then we're going to come back and discuss it. So let me pull that up. This was just absolutely wrong.
14-year-old named Kassidy Jones was attacked and beaten inside a Harbor City McDonald's. That shocking video now going viral.
Multiple people came in the video, one step in to break it up. The woman has the story.
A routine trip to McDonald's after school turned into this for 13-year-old Kassidy Jones. Cell phone video shows a woman hitting a teen inside a McDonald's. You can see a woman pulling Kassidy's hair and forcing her to the ground before hitting her multiple times. This happened last Wednesday, leaving Kassidy with on her face, and also her mother says afraid since no one stepped in to help her.
My daughter is hurting emotionally. She can't sleep at night. She's bruised. She doesn't want to go to school because she's tired of the kids and everybody asking her what happened and making fun of her.
Today, Kassidy's mom and the community came together to protest outside the McDonald's where the incident happened, calling for the woman involved to turn herself in and for the McDonald's managers to be charged since they did not take any action.
I would like for the person that brutally attacked my 13-year-old daughter to turn herself in. I know you're watching. I know your family is watching. Do right. Do the right thing and turn yourself in.
Kassidy's mom says that her daughter told her that she went to use the restroom in the McDonald's last Wednesday when her friends went to grab food. When she came out, the woman in the video locked eyes with her, seemed upset, and was saying that she fights kids. That's when Kassidy says the woman grabbed her arm and the whole thing started.
There was a lot of kids inside of McDonald's. There was a lot of customers inside of McDonald's. Not one person stopped this fight. You know, it wasn't a fight, it was a beating. No one stopped it.
Kassidy's mom also said that she's upset that she hasn't heard from McDonald's to give her and her daughter an apology. As of this update, LEP says this is still an ongoing investigation. In Lomita, Elena Gomez, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Wow. Wow. That's all I can say is wow. This should have never taken place. This lady beat this young lady, and nobody stepped in to help her. What is wrong with our society? And I know sometimes people are afraid to step in because you don't know if somebody got a gun, but this should have been stopped. Where were the managers of McDonald's? Nobody stepped in. Where were the men that were all around? You see people looking and videoing, and were people afraid, or they was just taking pictures like, wow, everybody's looking at this grown woman beating this teenager, and nobody stepped in to help her. She blacked both of her eyes. Um, she's got bruises all over her. This should have never took place. This is the young lady in the video that jumped on her. This happened in Florida. Excuse me, y'all. It happened in California. She was attacked and beaten in California McDonald's. 13 years old. She told her mom that she was walking out of the restroom inside of the McDonald's when the lady locked eyes with her. And then the lady said she seemed to be upset and said that she fight kids. So she knew this young lady was a child. Why would you tell her you fight kids? And then the lady just jumped on her, just started attacking her for no reason. She should be charged. I hope they find her. She should definitely be charged. She's an adult. She pulled her hair. She threw it to the ground. She was hitting her multiple times. Y'all could see that. And this young lady, she was hurt. I mean, I'm quite sure everybody could see that. Emotionally, she was hurting. Her mom said she couldn't sleep. She was bruised all over. She didn't want to go to school. Kids picking on her, asking her what happened. And it's funny because she didn't even know the lady. And she just said that the lady came out and just attacked her and say she beat kids. And somebody need to beat her in jail. I hate to say that, but that's pretty much about how I feel. But I shouldn't say that. So the ways of handling this, enough violence already. And they're calling for the lady to turn herself in. Somebody knows who this lady is if they keep posting her picture across the news media. Somebody definitely know who she is to call Crime Stoppers and turn her in because she needs to be locked up. Now, getting with McDonald's, the employees didn't step in to help her. I don't know what the rules are or the guidelines, but sometimes it's like, I don't know. Should they have stepped in? What are y'all opinion? Should the employees, the managers, or maybe some older guys that was in the restaurant, if it was some, I think I seen one finally step in to break it up. But I think it should have been stopped before it got that bad where she just beating her. And y'all could see her attacking her. She's pulling her hair. And you can look at her eyes and tell that she's bruised. That was, you could tell she's just terrified. And she's sitting here with her mom because I guess she doesn't know what to do. What do you do? I know the police said that they were still investigating, and that's good. But my thing is, this 13-year-old was beaten. The trauma that she endured. What happens? Because children who are physically abused may struggle with maintaining friendship. They don't trust authority figures. They don't feel good about themselves. Or they see themselves as not being worthy. What made the woman attack her? Was it jealousy? Was she pretty and you got upset about it? Or you just came in the store automatically with a nasty attitude and just wanted to jump on somebody? But I'm looking at the effects of what this young lady may go through, this teenager, as an adult when she gets older. And then now she's got to deal with the fact of being physically harmed, which can lead to antisocial behavior, mental health problems, as well as it can increase in mental health problems in adulthood. So I hope this young lady gets some help to help her deal with all that just happened to her. There are psychologists out there that could help. So I hope they make sure that she gets some type of help psychologically to deal with what happened. Because this lady abused her. Is it child abuse? Yes, it is. You abused a child. She's 13. She's not even an adult. This young lady, people that are dealing with issues like this that are jumped on, you don't look at what could happen to them long term. I mean, because it could lead to emotional problems, PTSD, it could lead to self destruction, impulsive behaviors such as self harm or suicide. So, this is one of the reasons why I say I hope they seek her some type of counseling to deal with what happened to her. It could also lead to her, because it was a form to me of bullying. The young lady, the adult bullied this child. And so I hope she don't grow into trying to be a bully, or start to act out behavior consequences. It could definitely lead to behavior problems, which could lead to consequences down the road if she does not receive some type of psychological help. And you don't know the outcome. It could lead to behavior problems. It could lead to psychological. It could lead to her being physically abusive towards somebody else. You don't know how it's going to play out in her adulthood, dealing with a trauma such as this. So some of the signs that you may see with someone dealing with childhood trauma. She could be dealing with flashbacks. She could have nightmares, dealing with avoidance, anxiety, depressed, angry, problems with trust, self-destruct. Or she could feel withdrawn from other people and just want to be by herself, which is not good. So we want to know, can childhood trauma such as being beaten as a child or this type of event that just happened to her, could it lead to PTSD. Yes, it can. Physical abuse as a child can lead to PTSD. CPTSD is also a kind of PTSD. Um, this is all according to American Psychological Association. Trauma in teenagers, the common reactions. What do? You know? So I hope she will get some type of help so she can share her feelings, because often teenagers may not, they could be deeply upset, but that don't mean they're going to share everything with their parents of how they really feel about what just happened to them. Because it could definitely lead a scar, um, emotional hurt and pain, which could also lead to alcohol abuse later in life. Depression can lead to alcohol and drug abuse. Many research studies have shown that. And knowing the behaviors or some of the things that it could lead to, that's one of the reasons that it would be great if this young lady did get some help. Uh, because right now she's traumatized. She's definitely traumatized. And my heart goes out to the mom. And they protest at McDonald's. Um, and I could understand why they would do that too, because you got to look at the fact that um, what happened in McDonald's was wrong, and it was no adult there to stop it. It's like everybody just stood around and looked and watched this lady beat her, and nobody tried to help her to stop the lady from beating her. And it's funny because she hadn't did anything wrong. She hadn't done anything to the lady. Oftentimes, do see that? Have you been in a store and you see somebody just coming in and they mad and angry, feel like they angry with the world, and it has nothing to do with the people in the store. It's just them having a rough day, and they come in and maybe want to take it out on the wrong people. You've seen it happen with people coming in wanting to take it out on the employees. Um, I mean, oftentimes it happens. I will say that as a customer, which she was, I felt like McDonald's let her down. Especially if they see a bunch of teenagers in there and they're ordering food and this is going down. It seemed like a man, somebody should have stepped in and tried to diffuse the situation instead of allowing it to keep happening and everybody's videoing and just sitting there watching her get beat. So I want to know how y'all feel about that, because um, what if it was your child or your sister or your cousin? It could happen to a female, but it could also happen to a male. How do you feel? How do you feel about it? Do you think McDonald's was wrong? Do you think the employees at McDonald's, the supervisors, should have stepped in some type of way to try to diffuse it? Or you don't think it was their responsibility to break it up? I mean, what are your thoughts? Or maybe they were afraid to jump in, thinking the retaliation of the person may jump on them. So it's a lot of angles to look at this situation, because it really could have went the other way. But I would like to know y'all thoughts. Do you think they should have stepped in, or do you think they should have just let it happen the way it was happening and nobody tried to help the young lady? Leave your comments and let me know how you feel.